today's video, I thought I would do a Fields of Mistra versus Stawdew. These games are like the same genre, similar graphics, and a similar price tag, so they are different. I have played both, so I thought I would do a video to help if you want to like pick one and which one you should pick. I have streamed both of Stawdew Valley and Fields of Mistra. Stawdew Valley, I also do have a part 1 and part 2 100 days video. I'm gonna do a 200 days video at some point. Stawdew Valley is where you are inherited your granddad's old farm plot in Stawdew Valley. Armed with the hand-me-down tools of your coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? Fields of Mistra, start your new life, build your farm of your dreams, and discover the world brimming with possibilities. Magical romance and adventure all awaits you in this nostalgic farming life sim RPG. Character customization is what we're going to talk about first. So we're going to talk about like character customization. Character customization is in both. Stardew Valley, you can customize the skin color, the hair color and style, shirt, pants, eye color, hair color, pant color, shirt color. Can also adjust the brightness of the colours, like how bright you want your colours to be, of the colour you want. You can also change your name, character, have a favourite food, farm name. You can also choose whether your character is male or female. In Fields of Mistra, you can customise eyes, nose, mouth, choose your hair colour, hair style, body, clothing. You can change your name, pronouns, birthday, and farm name. I will point out that Stardew Valley is in full release, whereas Fields of Mistra is early access. Now we're going to talk about like the world and housing and that. Fields of Mistra and Stardew Valley both have pixel art graphics. Stardew Valley, their graphics, their world is like bright, vibrant, saturated colours and a retro aesthetic, whereas Stardew Valley is more like pixel art, pastel graphics, which I don't mind either graphics, like but if you're not such a fan of like the bright colour pixel art graphics, I'd maybe go Fields of Mistra. Both games you can own animals. Now we're going to talk about like animals and that. Both games you can own animals. In both games you can adopt a cat, a dog, horse you can ride on in Stardew Valley, farm animals. You like purchase buildings from like Robin's shop. So now we're going to talk about like additional pets in Stardew Valley. After reaching maximum friendship with initial reaching 2 years without a pet, then players can purchase a pet license from Mayor's Ranch to adopt additional pets. Cats and dogs cost 40,000 each. There are also 2 varieties of turtles, one for 60,000 and the other for 500,000. The players should construct 1 additional outdoor pet bowl for each new pet using the carpenter's shop to avoid losing friendship with that pet. Any pets that are no longer wanted can be removed from the farm by using the butterfly powder on them. Can also cows, goats, sheep, pigs and ostrich and that. So that's about like pets. In Stardew Valley 1.6 with the new meadow farm, you do get chickens come with the farm. Fields of Mistra you can adopt from Hayden's shop. I've recently adopted chickens. The player can choose its colour, whether it's male or female. The players can name the animal on the adoption. All animals adopted born on a farm will start as a baby and need time to mature. Coop animals will take 3 days to fully mature, while barn animals take 5. After they are fully grown and have reached the last 2 animal hearts, they may be bred using special treats from Hayden's shop. Currently, all baby animals are hatched or birth 4 days from the farm, from the day their parents were bred. The players must have appropriate coop or barn to house an animal before being allowed to adopt one. Coops and barns can be bought from the carpenters. Each building has a maximum capacity limited to. However, there does not seem to be a limit to how many buildings players can construct outside of the space and resources required. You can also get a cat or a dog. The animal will gather things for you, but won't go out when it's raining. I do have a dog. So now we're going to talk about like housing a bit. Stawdew Valley, you can purchase decorations for your house from Robin's shop. You can buy decorations at like holiday fairs and the Christmas night markets and that. Stawdew Valley, you can go to Robin's shop and buy a house upgrade. One of my saves from Stawdew Valley, because I have a fair few saves. Feilds of Mistra, I just have one save. Whereas Stawdew, I like have a fair few saves. And that I have done a house upgrade, which gives you a bed, the bedroom in one room. Then you get like the living room, kitchen area in the upgrade that I've done. Feilds of Mistra, you can go to the Saturday markets and buy furniture items, and you can go to the Eastern Road carpenter shop and upgrade your house. Stawdew Valley, in terms of like moving, you can't jump, you can't swim. Whereas Feilds of Mistra, you can jump, you can also swim and dive. Both games you do get a map. I don't use either of the maps in that game, I will say. I do not like the maps in either. Stawdew Valley, they have Pierre's shop and the Joja market. And it's one where in Stawdew Valley you are like against capitalism, whereas Feilds of Mistra just has like one general store, and it's about like bringing the town up to its former glory after like the earthquake and that. Stawdew Valley has the Starlight Saloon, whereas Feilds of Mistra has the inn where you can go meet other villagers and socialise. Feilds of Mistra has like Friday night at the inn. The Starlight Salon does get busier in Stawdew Valley around like 6 o'clock. Opens at 12, but it's busier in the evenings. Both games have like carpenters, blacksmiths, farm shops. Stardew has a library, whereas Feilds of Mistra doesn't. Both games have a museum. In Stardew, the library and the museum are like both together. Like you go to the library to like donate things to the museum. Whereas you just have the museum in Feilds of Mistra. In Stawdew Valley, you donate artifacts to the museum, whereas you can do different bundles like you would for like the community centre donating to the museum. Like insects, crops, different sorts of bundles. Stawdew Valley does have a community centre where you can collect things for the different bundles to restore the old community centre. Whereas Feilds of Mistra, you are helping to restore the town after an earthquake. So now we're going to talk about like the mines in a bit more detail. Both games have mines, and in both games there is combat in the mines. Day 5 is where in Stardew Valley you can use the mines. There is combat in the mines, and it helps you with combat to be easier to upgrade your sword by going to the shop that's near the mines where you can buy better swords. Feilds of Mistra, the 26th of summer, you can unlock the mines. You have the big cutscene where they open the mines because the mines were closed up until this point. There is combat in the mines. Compared to Stardew, you can like jump and swim if there's any water, whereas the water in the mines in Stardew you can like fish. Stardew, you can use your sword for combat. You start with a rusty sword and you can upgrade. Feilds of Mistra, use a sword. I don't know if you can like upgrade your sword in Feilds of Mistra, Personally, for me, I find the combat easier in Fields of Mistra than I do Stardew Valley. Like, just being able to move around a bit more, and that being able to like jump and that. And both games, you like unlock every 5 floors is a new spot on like the elevator. Stardew, you get to a certain point in the mines and you can unlock a slingshot. I prefer the mines in Fields of Mischief than Stardew, probably because the combat's easier. I do like mining in both, like mining's not that different in either. So now I thought I would do is like I'd go through things that I find easier and more difficult in like both games. Growing crops is the same, like you dig with your hoe, then you plant your seeds and water them. Both games crops do go in and out of season and will die after the season is finished. Stardew, you have to fill your watering can when you run out of water, whereas Fields of Mischief, your watering can like never runs out. Which I do like, not having to refill my watering can. But it's not a big issue having to refill your watering can. Stardew Valley, when you pass out in the mines, someone will find you and then you find out the items you've lost. Whereas Fields of Mistra, someone finds you, you end up in the clinic, and then you wake up late the next day, but you don't actually lose any items, which I do like. Not losing any of my items. Fishing I find so hard in Stardew Valley, trying to get the fish between like the green bar. Whereas Fields of Mistra, you just wait for an exclamation mark and then click and catch the fish, which I find so much easier. Like that, I do prefer the fishing way more in Fields of Mistra than I do in Stardew Valley. In both games, you have to be back before 2 a.m. because in both games you will pass out if you're not in bed by 2 a.m. Chopping down the trees, chopping down the big ones in both games, you need to like upgrade your tools. I haven't upgraded my tools yet. So now we're going to talk about like romance and companions and that. In Stardew, you get the trigger warning cutscene. A dog or a cat is abandoned. You're asked whether you want to adopt the cat or the dog, which you can choose that when creating your character. Fields of Mystery, you get a dream about a pet. The dream first appears on spring the 7th. Year 1, players select the type of dog or cat, their colour, their name. All these things can be changed at the time via their journal page. After completing the pet dream cutscene, when the player leaves their home, their pet will be outside. You can get hearts with villagers in both games. Stardew Valley, you can like marry and divorce. You can do like the marry everyone challenge. You can get good friends with characters. You need to like be good friends with each character to like be able to get into their bedroom, which makes certain quests a little bit harder. Like the Mayor Shorts quest, the Shorts are in Maria's room, so I have to be like good friends with her before I can like go into a room and get the shorts, which took forever. Whereas Fields of Mystery, you can go inside most rooms. Fields of Mystery, there are currently 8 romanceable characters. How you can romance them is by talking to them every day, do quests for them, give them gifts. At this moment, you won't be able to get any further than 6 hearts. Friendship after 6 hearts. It is in early access, the game, so it could change. So now we are going to talk about like multiplayer. Stardew Valley, you can do multiplayer where you can play together. You can like play as one single player or up to 8 players in a multiplayer where you can join the world through split screen, LAN or IP address. Multiplayer is available on like PC, console, and mobile. The player that creates the world is the host. The other players are the farmhands. The host has a save file on the system and can play both multiplayer and single mode. If the host isn't online or the farm isn't currently open to other players, the farmhands can't access the world or their characters in that farm. Farm ownership can't be transferred to farmhands without modding. Console restrictions, only on console. Consoles, it's only 1 to 4 players, even after 0.6. Remote multiplayer needs a subscription to the console's online service. Local split screen multiplayer is free. If it's not possible to have both split screen and remote players at the same time, on Switch only split screen mode is limited to 2 players. Each player needs full controller or 2 Joy-Con cross-platform multiplayer. Whereas Feilds of Mistra is currently single player only, which I don't mind either. Like, I don't play a lot of games multiplayer. Like, I really don't play games multiplayer. Like, I just don't. So I'm not really worried about that. So now we're going to talk about like game platforms. Stardew Valley you can play on PC, Steam, iOS, Android phones and tablets by going to the App Store and download Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. Stardew Valley is also Steam Deck verified. I play on like PC or Android to take with me on the go. Feilds of Mistra you can currently only play on Steam, but it is Steam Deck verified. I think this game would make a good addition to the Switch. Like, I think it would be a great addition and that. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope this video was somewhat helpful. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.